Hey guys, Boomer here and welcome to Star Trek Online. What I've decided to do is I'm going to shine a bit of a light on some of the guys in the community who've done some pretty sterling work. You noticed that I did Star Trek Armada 3 a while back. Well, Star Trek Online has its own version of sort of building stuff in it, and that's the Foundry. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some missions that have been recommended to me. You guys can come up with your own recommendations as well. And I'm going to play through them and we're going to see what they're like. Additionally, what I'm going to do as well, starting on Monday, is I'm going to do a 20 million energy credit challenge, which is basically I'm going to try in 1 week to make 20 million energy credits without using Zen. So, you know, I can't just go out, put 20 euros online, buy 20 master keys and sell them for 2.5 million each. Yay! So I am not going to be doing that. I am going to try and do it through in-game mechanics, through stuff that you would be able to do when you're free to playing. I obviously won't make a huge series about that, but what I might do is tag things onto the end of like Foundry videos and things like that. My next actual video game LP, which will be starting soon as well, is going to be StarCraft. I've had some requests for it. Apparently you guys like to see me screw around in strategy games, so that will definitely be my next game. After that I will do Elite Force 2. So stay around and you will see many and many a thing. But anyway, with Worst of All Worlds, what we have here, we've been ordered to the Pagem system and we're going to take on a trans-warp gate, or at least we're going to head to a trans-warp gate and try and use it to ambush the Klingons. And this is set in the time when the Klingons and the Federation are still at war at the beginning of Star Trek Online. So let's begin and see where it takes us. Let's go. I'm particularly excited today because I've just finally, after a lot of years of polling, we've just had fibre optic broadband installed round here. So connection should be fairly fast and I should be able to upload videos an awful lot quicker because you guys might know this, the more tech savvy of you, uploading 1080p videos on a 1 meg connection is just a complete and utter exercise in futility. However, I have much faster upload now, so should be okay with it. Unfortunately, it doesn't avoid the fact that Star Trek Online isn't massively optimized. So there will be, I'm sure there will be loading screens, but anyway, let's get into it. I like how they actually put in your rank here. That's quite nice. My clone here with 2 ponytails. Okay, so let's head towards the gate. I'm just going to reduce the sound a little bit, I think, because it's coming through quite loud in my earphones, but that might just be because I have them up too loud. This looks cool, this science guy, I really like it. Planet. Big old base. There's always someone who has to ruin the party, isn't there? Oh well, a Vulture class attack cruiser is not going to be much of a problem. I'll try and keep my bashing of the spacebar to a minimum. It would probably help if I use sensor analysis. Well, that didn't achieve much. Uh-oh. I don't think beaming people up's going to help. Oh great, so we have to take the brunt of this, do we? Yeah, but we're invincible, right? Yeah, this isn't great, but sacrifice ourselves for the Federation. Raise the shields. Apparently that involves warping away. This is one of the things that you can have happen with Foundry missions, is that, you know, they have to use something to mimic, they have to use something to mimic something that they want. So we have just basically supposedly sacrificed ourselves for the Federation here. Or have we? Because that'd be a pretty short and crappy mission. What I'm actually going to do in future, I'm going to cut out these loading screens in the video editing, because this is awkward. Well, something just happened. Oh, that's not good. Well, this is weird. Planet's been destroyed 40 years ago, and some debris in the area. Yeah, that's debris, alright. Some of that looks vaguely Federation. The Enterprise was amongst this lot? Maybe the Constitution class Enterprise? Well, whatever it is, this isn't good news. Let's head round the back of the planet and see what we can find. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Well, if we have travel back in time and this is the 22nd or 23rd century, then yeah, a Borg cube is going to overrun the Federation, and quite easily. Let's cloak so it can't see us. Maybe I should have brought the Sathanas on here. It might have had a bit more of a touch to it, but you know, I'm piloting the Dralafi now and enjoying it. Well, that was awkward. You might want to send something a little bit stronger than that if you're going to come after me. Well, why would the Borg don't usually destroy planets? They might have just cracked it open for the minerals, I suppose. Ah, Quantum Universe. Now, for those of you who remember the 7th season of The Next Generation, Parallels, I believe the episode was called, Worf went through a load of quantum universes. So the theory is that they are alternate realities that run completely in parallel to normal realities. And what happens is that they're unaware of each other completely, but there tends to be one branching point where things change. The Mirror Universe is an example. I mean, that's a neat idea, that transwarp gates take you out of reality and put you in it at another place, but probably a simplistic version, but it works for this. Over Vulcan? This whole area of space is screwed. Why would there be 40-year-old Federation debris? I mean, I guess that means bad news for the Federation. Probably means that the Federation has been either badly damaged or assimilated at this period in history, so can't really see how this is going to end well for us. Of course, one of the parallel universes in Parallels was a Borg-controlled universe with Riker with the biggest beard he's ever had and the Enterprise sort of exploding all over the place. It's kind of what happens when you do things badly. Yeesh. There's only probes, so we're going to whoop this lot quite easily. Have I already used the isometric cannon? Must have done. That should do it. Smashed Borg cube there, so they obviously had some effect on them. Oh, wonderful. So that pretty much confirms it. The Federation has been destroyed. And we're in sort of nightmare unit. And alliance ships? Is that Klingon Cardassian alliance maybe? Ferengi have been a similar. See, if you were going back to Armada 2 here, the Ferengi would have like just tractor beamed everything away. You know how that happens. Cardassians gone, Hirogen, Klingons, Romulans, and anyone else who's left. Yes, my bald Romulan thinks that we should just get home. Alright, let's get her moving. Not got this set up right, but hey. Damn it, that isometric charge didn't do anything like the damage I wanted it to do. Let me just do something quickly because this is annoying me. Right, got it. I always like to have my tactical abilities close together. I hope I can cloak in time. Just about got it. The cube doesn't seem that interested in me. Nighty-night. Did you just get like a parting shot off at me? And one sphere about to go down. Spheres actually randomly are just as dangerous as cubes in terms of their weapons. They obviously don't have as much health, but in terms of the damage they can throw out, they're just as dangerous. Just heal myself up a bit. Obviously it's an Orion. Right, so what I'm going to do while I'm here, we're going to have to go down to the planet. So what I'm going to do while I'm here, I don't believe I can change my traits, which is awkward to say the least. However, what I can do is... Are you the guy? Yeah, give me that. Give me that. This is the Mako set, which I want for this mission. Oh god, I'm wearing an environmental suit. That's not going to help. I also have Zephyr and Cochrane's shotgun because I consider that a necessity with everything that I do. So, here we go. Mako it up. So what that is going to do, I'm going to get the 3-piece Mako bonus, which gives me a fixed shield offline buff and protects against teleport attacks, and it also gives me tactical readiness network, which gives a huge resistance rating and effects slow and confuse, and it also gives me integral frequency remodulation, which instantly overcomes Borg adaptation. So it just keeps adapting constantly. But what I will do, just to make sure that this works, is I'll take off my frosted boots, because as much fun as they are, they're not what I need at this point. Alright, everyone's got a frequency remodulator, I think, except me, obviously. So let's replicate one just in case I can't figure out how to use the... Mako set. There we go. And let's go into orbit of Vulcan and see if we can help people out here. So, recap. Earth, we're in an alternate reality. Earth has been assimilated, and in fact it wasn't even assimilated, to be honest. It was... all life forms were assimilated, but then the planet was pretty much ground to ash so that they could build a massive unicomplex. Yeah, situation analysis buggered. And now we're back down on the planet. So there's the emergency shield capacitor. And let me just see if I've got the frequency. There we go. That's integral frequency remodulation. So that basically is just a much better modulation, and I've got all my stuff up. So shall we help them? I think helping them's okay, right? To be honest, most of these Borg are already knackered. In fact, they did it without us. I don't want to be assimilated. Well, you don't get to choose. Thank you for doing nothing. Scan the injured Cardassian. He's screwed. I need medical. He's dead. This is an interesting Borg structure. Well, I guess we're on our own then. Heads up. Alright, adapt to that then. And as you can see, there's absolutely no downtime. Oh god, I gave one of my party the party cannon. This is not the time to be celebrating. Balloons are not an appropriate thing at this point in time. Although I wish I'd bought my party, my subspace party generator, because that would have been funny. No, I don't think there's really much worry about the Borg adapting to anything at this point. They're dying before they're even adapting. Laugh at the civvies, you're gonna be assimilated. And we've got, and we've got awesome tech, so it's not gonna happen to us. Alright then, I'll adapt. Less of that, please. What the hell are you? I don't know, but I just fell on my ass for no particular reason. He's a big old boy, isn't he? Fortunately, he's fairly useless. Right, where's... Oh, he's getting up now. Honestly, you are rubbish. Shields back online yet? I really should look at my gears. Look at my gear. Actually, I probably need like less quantum mortar fabrications and more like shield heals. Yeah, I need more shield heals for sure. But hey, we'll come to that later. Deactivate the scattering field. So let's tag some civilians, shall we? Oh, I'm going to end up saving them, really? But I wanted to watch some assimilating. Yeah, so we did all that to save like 4 people. I'm not too sure that was worth it unless one of them is... Unless one of them is like Spock or something. I'm not too sure that that was worth it, but it did give me a chance to try out the old Mako kit, so... Works pretty well against the Borg, although I think that the Omega kit might be superior, but I'm yet to craft that. I've got to finish crafting my 3-piece Nukara set. I've got 2 pieces of that. And once I've got the Nukara and the Omega set, at that point I will have all of my team kitted out in full rep gear. And then I think I've just got to go Undine and Delta, and then I'll have like massive choices. Talk to the Alliance. We need to find a trans-warp gate. Well, I wonder where one of those could be. Orbit of Earth. Great, so we get to see the carnage. Let's have a look at what they've done. I love how they actually mention, and this is something that I really like, how they're mentioning that the Borg do adapt in this. Wow, they've really done a number on it. That looks like a tactical cube. That doesn't look like a normal cube. If that's a tactical cube, we have issues here. Yeah, I can probably destroy a tactical cube straight up, but that won't be much of a fun fight. But yep, that is all that's left of our Earth. Apart from, like, well, that's the atmosphere, I guess. At least there's somehow still an atmosphere on it after they've done that to the surface. Anyway, I guess it's time we got some revenge for it. And it is a Borg dread... Oh, boy. Well, sayonara. Let's try this. No, it's a normal cube dressed up. It started to adapt. Well, the 25th century Borg can't adapt to me, so how come these guys can? So weird. I don't mind what they did with the Borg, where they just stopped having this Superman ability to adapt to anything and make it 100% like ineffective against them. However, I would like to see something like where they can adapt to you, like similar to how they can in Armada 3, where the Borg can adapt to you, where they make your weapons not work as well, but there's still some impact of the weapons. So, you know, like, all right, a bee sting isn't going to be fatal to a human usually, but you know, 1,000 of them can be, and that's kind of what you saw in First Contact, and I think that's kind of the way I'd like to see the Borg go, rather than like the superhuman ability to just adapt to anything. We have a supply of transphasic torpedoes on board. Why, yes we do. In case you wanted to figure out where, they're not on my ship, but if you check, that is, well, I actually have a transphasic torpedo launcher that I haven't bothered picking up yet. I also have oh no, I've got the biomolecular photon torpedo, but if I was looking at any of my other ships, I'm sure they have the Breen transphasic torpedo on board. Pick this up first. Oh, there are other enemies here, so cloak the ship and take us towards the gate. Fine. Screw you. We don't have to fight our way out of here, we're getting out of here. You can use an inverse tachyon beam for anything these days. Let's get out of here. And as have we just done a Voyager there? Like, the Borg assimilate everything around them, and like one ship is enough to just destroy a massive unicomplex and cripple the Borg completely. I'll accept it. Well, it looked like we made it. Oh, Borg cube followed us through. Why? Why? Well, it's not got much of a chance against all this stuff, but... Goodbye. Borg as effective in STO as ever. Well, that was a nice little diversion, I suppose, and us summoning the Borg in was probably not what they were expecting, but it looks like we've managed to get through it. And we now have our cool little transwarp gate. And next time we'll be going to part 2 of this little series, which is a 5-part series I believe, and it's going to be called 9 of Space Deep. I think you know what that's going to be. So until then guys, thanks very much for watching. Let me know if you have any recommendations for Foundry missions. Let me know if this is the type of thing you want to see for Star Trek Online rather than me randomly doing STFs. I do plan on updating the dilithium energy credit and sort of reputation grind videos for Delta Rising, but I'll probably do those alongside what I'm doing here. So that's it guys, thank you very much for watching. This is Boomer and I'll see you next time.